What's up, friends? This is Jazz bringing you another For Better For Worse vlog number 26. Today is kind of a special one in a way because I'm not giving it away. Well, I am going to give it away actually. Both strips are on May 8th. But just different years. And no, they're not the same vlogs, strips not only colored, but they're different completely. And it's very rare does it happen on the same day. Do I find two strips that are on the same day that are random? It's just a little interesting. The first one is from, again, May 8th, 2007. And this strip particular deals with Ellie's father, Jim Richards, and his new wife, Iris, or girlfriend at the time. I know his wife. It was his wife at this point in time. And Jim Richards has been a big part of the strip since, after the first few years. He wasn't the biggest part. He was in and out since the third or second year of the strip coming out, but he became more of a major part after his wife, Miriam, died in, the early 2000s. So he's just a major character. He also had his stroke. I forget what they call it, a rare stroke or something. But anyway, let's get on to the actual strip. The person he does physiotherapy said, "We're ready to do your physio, Jim. Around to the left, you know the way." And he's like, "Yes. Lots of tension in your legs. Let's see if we can limber them up a bit. Now, can you use the technique we've been practicing? That's right, roll to a sitting position and get out of bed. I once ran," he's thinking now, "I once ran for miles carrying a rifle and a gunny sack on my back. This is harder." Wow. Now, guys, I will get back more into the story I was sharing about Jim. I'm trying to think, in the last year or so, since this one was released, he had his couple of strokes, and he also, I forget what the disability was called, but he can understand things fine, and he thinks perfectly fine in one way or another, but it doesn't, how do I put it? He cannot talk really at all, minus a few things like yes. And he will often get so frustrated that he'll act kind of like a kid. He'll have a temper outburst, whatever. But in his mind, like it showed there, he has rational thoughts. It's hard, it can't display them. And that is really sad when you've known someone for your entire life and then they suddenly become a different person in your eyes. Anyway, Jim used to be able to speak, and he used to be a big part of his grandchildren's life, especially his youngest granddaughter. He lived with his daughter and Ellie and John for a few years, I think a year or two. And April was there, the youngest one, and they were best friends, and that was so hard on her. And it's funny because he used to be it's the funniest guy, right? And the bravest guy, and he was in the war. Was it the second or I don't know. But as he said, he was in the war. He was a war veteran, and then he's kind of reduced to that. It's kind of hard. So, we're going to our last strip, something a little more lighthearted, which again is May the 8th, but it's 1995. Elizabeth is finding a whole bunch of things like trash, and her bras shoot up, the trash bag is destroyed, and Ellie's like to Elizabeth, "You want me to buy Edgar a basketball? What for?" Elizabeth's like, "It's something he can't chew." So Edgar is the newest dog in the Patterson's house. Farley, I think that their other dog has passed since then. And as you've noticed, Elizabeth is all grown up. So I think Elizabeth is what? Michael is 19, so Elizabeth would be like 14 about. She'd be about 14 or 15 years old at this point. And she has glasses. So she had glasses when she was maybe in 6th grade. 11 years old. 10, 11, or 12 years old. So she's had them for a little bit. And it also, this shows dogs be a handful. I have a lab, as you know, yeah, I have a lab, ductolin retriever mix. She has a lot more lab, though, in her. She looks more lab and all that, so she doesn't look much like a ductoler. But she has some in there. And she is, how do I put it? If you leave something, she'll probably chew it. Like, she doesn't actively always go to do so, but, like, a few days ago, I literally went there, I think it was to get something to eat or something, and I found the whole garbage destroyed. Kind of. Well, the garbage was all over the floor. Like Elizabeth found that garbage there. So dogs can be a real handful. So can cats. Surprisingly. But yeah, guys, if you're going to get a pet, especially a dog or cat, keep those things in mind. Especially if they're pups, that it is going to happen. If they don't follow those expectations, then it's your fault for not understanding that to begin with. Like, don't give up on them the first few weeks or months just because they're a handful there. Because Leah, I mean, she still has her moments, like I said there, but she's a lot better now. She used to be really, really bad. In a way, we thought she was rough, she was nibbly. She's still jumpy, but she's not, like, terrible. So, I mean, they can be a handful, but dogs can be man or person's best friend. Like, because my dog loves belly rubs on that. So, it's, like, there's a lot of positives to them, too. But I thought this was a cheerful strip to end on, because literally the other one was so depressing with poor Jim. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.